stepping into the cage and fighting out of the red corner, Sam Noble!
So it's the third fight of the night. The fighter in the red corner, it's Sam Noble. He's from Big Cat MMA, and he's fighting a fighter called James Robinson, Total Combat MMA. Yeah, and in Sam goes. Yeah, it looks like he's in good shape and ready to roll.
And his opponent, stepping into the cage and fighting out of the blue corner, James Robinson!
Yeah, by the sound of things, James looks like a local fighter again. Yeah, definitely a bit of local support for James. Yeah, in James goes. Touches gloves with his opponent, always good to see.
Ladies and gentlemen, now for your official introduction. The fighter standing in the red corner, weighing in at 66.8. He's 26, stands at 5'8". He fights out of Big Cat MMA and hails from California. His opponent, standing in the blue corner, weighing in at 66.4. He's 35, stands at 5'9". He fights out of Total Combat MMA and hails from Bradford.
Yeah, as I thought, yeah, definitely a bit of local support there for James. A bit more local support, I'm saying safe for James by the sound of things.
Yeah, he seems to have brought a lot of support. There's a couple of fighters fighting from that camp, so I think altogether they're all supporting the whole camp rather than the fighter itself.
Yeah, that's right, exactly, yeah. He's straight into the action. Watch the guillotine, yep, you've got James there trying to work his hands. So a couple of good leg shots there from Sam.
Yeah, I think Sam's trying to grab hold of his head and push him down and try to go for the guillotine, whereas James hopefully tries to go for the takedown and he's ended up in side control.
He is, yeah. James has got that side control on him there. You know, obviously Sam was trying to push the pace, trying to look for the takedown. It went James's favour.
Yeah, I was speaking to James earlier on and he said he loves the wrestling, that's his background, and he would love to get a rear naked choke at the end of today's fight.
Yes, yeah, well if he can work himself out of that half guard and work himself round to side control, you know, he might find himself in a position to do just that.
The interesting thing is, I was speaking to Sam, and he himself classes himself as a choke specialist.
Right, well, at this moment in time, I can see he has got a bit of a choke on from underneath, you know.
I think James will good to be able to get his legs out and move into the side and then work the body and move on to the rear naked.
Yes, well, he's giving his back up for Sam there. I mean, he's looking for that rear naked choke, is James. If he can if he can pull his arm away and get that arm underneath his throat and lock up a figure four, you might find it's got a bit more working for him, going for him.
Well, James should be comfortable in this position. This is his signature move, so we'll see if he can pull that off, or if Sam can be confident enough to be able to defend and work his way so he's got chest on chest.
Well, yeah, well, if Sam's as good in defence as he is in attack, if this is his signature move, there's a good chance of him seeing him riding the storm here.
Yeah, I think James is really pushing and putting the pressure on. He's trying to move his pelvis in really heavy and push back, so try to aggravate and put as much pressure on that throat.
Yep, without a doubt. What you know, in all this, what Sam wants to be doing here now is pushing off, turning himself round to him, making him have to, if anything, take him into, you know, a full guard, or he might end up in a half guard. But he obviously wants to be turning round towards him and facing him.
Yeah, I think the first bit of the advice he took on there, and he did pull him off with the elbow, but he's still in that position, and now James has got a strong lock on him.
Yeah, he has. He's got a strong lock. Them legs are dug in tight. You know, if you be careful, he don't really get round the front. There you go. He goes over the top. He wants to be sinking that arm underneath.
Yeah, he's really good. He's been able to work out that, keep hold of that hand, two hands on one, and work his way onto his knees.
Yeah, without a doubt. He's definitely getting something out of this now, is Sam.
He's gone for the leg, but he's left his neck in there, so it'll be interesting to see if James can use his choke speciality.
Yeah, good. Yeah, he's definitely got a lock on that neck. Definitely got a lock on that neck.
Oh, brilliant work by Sam to be able to step out of that and compose.
Without a doubt, without a doubt. It looks nice and relaxed, to be quite honest, to say he's out to weather the storm that much.
I think it would appear that both are happier on the floor than what they are stood up, so it'll be interesting to see what the next round brings.
Yeah, without a doubt. Yeah, good round from the pair of them, to be quite honest there. I mean, in all honesty, I'd probably say it's really quite close to call, to be quite honest, as far as that's concerned.
Yeah, I'd have to agree there. It was going one way and then it went the other way. The important thing here is that they're both working and they're both going for submissions, although James were able to keep hold of Sam for a while in the rear naked position, which caused a bit of trouble for Sam. Yeah.
I think probably, you know, the judges have got a lot to look at there, to be quite honest. They really have. I would agree with you. I think safe is that, you know, I think Sam was playing a little bit more defensive and a little bit more attack from James, to be quite honest.
Yeah, he was. I mean, the thing is, he was getting caught in stuff, and the reason he was getting caught possibly was because he was too defensive and not being more proactive than what he should have been.
Yeah. From what I've seen, I can see, you know. I mean, at the end of the day, you know, Sam definitely looks like he's got what it takes to, you know, in respect of attack and defence on the ground. I think he just has to be first out of the gate, to be quite honest, and just press it a little bit more.
Yeah, I think. I mean, they both weighed in similar weights, but James looks stronger. So it'll be interesting to see if looks can be deceiving or not.
Yeah, without a doubt. Quick takedown off one of them, to be quite honest, you know, and work the ground, you know. That's probably a good strategy for one of them. Yeah. Like I was saying in the other fight, stamp one round down, definitely give the judges, you know, there's no misunderstanding who won that one.
Yeah, I think I mean, the good thing there is Sam's trying to go for the leg, but he's caught his neck in there.
Yeah,
James has got it in tight.
That looks deep. That looks deep, to be quite honest. If he can get over the top and extend, he's had to take one arm out.
Very clever, very comfortable.
Oh,
seems
yes.
to be an autopilot. Now he's going for
the that looks like that's into me, safe. That looks like he's underneath there. If that's underneath that throat.
Well, James Wildcat Robinson's dream could be coming true by winning of rear naked choke. It all depends on Sam's ability to be able to defend, work two hands on one and work out of there.
Yeah, without a doubt, yeah. He's doing the right thing, trying to drive that arm off. He just needs to keep that arm underneath his throat, pull back in if he wants to. If he keeps working at that, there's a good chance he might get something out of that rear naked.
One thing that Sam needs to be aware of, whilst he's in this position defending, he's not really scoring, so he needs to have that in mind as well.
Yeah, without a doubt. It looks reasonably similar to a position he got to in the first round when he had the rear naked on him and he was working, and basically all Sam was doing was having to play defence.
Yeah, I think James is so comfortable that he's only got one hook in, so he's able to compose and knowing that if Sam tries to move, he'll be able to bring that other leg over and hook him.
Oh yeah, without a doubt, without a doubt. There he goes, trying to fish for that, for the neck again. James is pushing his hands away. Really, what James wants to do is more so pull his neck in, try and concentrate, trying to get at least one leg out.
Yeah, I think Sam's working really well in trying to defend, but James is staying on his back. Strong like an anaconda.
Yes, without a doubt, without a doubt. Wants to fish inside now, pull one of them legs away, drive inside, get up like a little ball, and give James nothing really to attack.
He's got a turtle here, he's got to work it.
Oh, he's got to, he's got to get himself tight, give James far less to work with, and then see if he can either turn it on him, get to his feet, or turn the ground game, on Sam.
The worst case scenario for Sam now is if James is be able to keep his composure and stretch himself out, causing a lot of discomfort for Sam underneath.
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, in all honesty, James is in no rush to stand up as far as this round's concerned either,
I think the referee's possibly seen enough. They've had many attempts to be able to go for that submission. Now the referee's saying, let's stand up, let's try something else.
Yeah, without a doubt, without a doubt. I mean, Sam trying to push the pace a bit more now here, throwing the leg kicks in.
He seemed to be getting some success with those.
Oh yeah, he is, throwing them in. He's throwing them leg kicks in. There you go. He needs to use his hands as well, though.
I think it was an accidental punch. The referee saw that and wanted him to carry on.
Yep.
Okay, that's the end of the second round. I don't remember here the klaxon, but...
Yep, I didn't either, but they're definitely in there anyway.
So what's your thoughts on that one, Andy?
Yeah, I think in all honesty, Safe, it was a little bit like the first round, really. When it got to the stage of the fight, maybe about a minute in, took the rear naked. Obviously, James got the rear naked choke, and it was a similar kind of scenario from the first round.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. I mean, Sam has really got to try now. He doesn't want to stay in a position where he's having to defend, which negates his attack.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, at the end of the day, if it gets a minute in or whatever after they actually do engage and it goes to the ground again, from what I've seen in the first two rounds, James is probably going to work towards that rear naked again, or side control, and do what he needs to do just to keep the fight on the ground, because he's very comfortable there.
I think Sam's going to keep it up, try to use those leg kicks. I think James is trying to grab a leg, grab hold of anything and try to take him to the ground.
Yeah, without a doubt, without a doubt. I mean, but definitely if Sam's looking to stamp something down now, he really has to really fire it out this round.
Yeah, they started off with a flurry of punches, but the good thing is that Sam's using kicks and punches.
Yep, without a doubt. Looking to try and score and strike.
Okay, they had an opportunity there to cling together.
Yeah, he's definitely looking now to try and stay away from the clinch, I think, is Sam.
Yeah, I think Sam's trying to weather him down now and trying to hopefully win by keeping it up.
Yes, yeah. At the same time, James he's throwing as well. James is not standing still. He's throwing as well. He
did really well. He threw a combination of a right leg, then went with two body shots followed by a knee. So they're both being active.
Oh yeah. One thing I would say is those leg kicks from Sam have definitely had a bit of an effect on James.
Yeah, there seems to be heavy shoulders for James now when he's breathing.
He is, yep. Without a doubt now. But James, for all his due, he's still trying to throw in there at the same time. He's trying to get his hands, keep his hands going and keep his legs going.
Yeah, the referees had to have a word with James saying, look, be careful about your punches to the face.
Yes. I mean, sometimes it can be a little bit hard in amateur, to be quite honest.
Oh, what a great knee by Sam there. What a great knee.
Yep. James is there trying to get that takedown, but that defence from Sam, he's managed to keep himself stood up. He's working hard, There you go, and eventually he gets that takedown.
I think James knew the importance of that takedown because he was getting tired, so he had to make sure he committed all the way through for that.
Oh, without a doubt. I can see him putting him through again. It's a good sprawl. This is a bit better, to be quite honest, from Sam, this is.
Yeah, Sam's now reversed the position where he is now attacking for the rear naked and got his hooks in.
From what I've seen from James, I don't think he'd be that silly to get mugged with that, to be quite honest.
Well, if it's his signature move, he'll be able to defend as well, but we'll wait and see because both of them are choke specialists by their own admission.
Yep, I just can't see for the referee's leg if he's underneath that. No, he's not underneath the throat. He's doing a good job in defending.
Kept tucked in there so that he left the arm on the chin, which is the better of the two eagles.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. He just, as I
he's
thought.
got it in tight now.
That looks like there's a tap coming here.
He's giving his thumbs up, although James is giving his thumbs up to his cornerman, saying he's all right.
I think, say, from what I can see here, he's just under the chin line and he's not actually underneath it. The pressure is on his chin rather than underneath on his throat.
Yeah, I agree with you. James is trying to peel off that other arm at the same time, which is clever, whilst Hamlet is trying to lock down his arm.
Yeah, without a doubt. He just needs to lift that chin a bit more. He's keeping his chin tucked in tight, to be quite honest, is James. Yep.
Oh, it's working its way under now.
Oh, yeah, it's sliding. Yep, 10 seconds to go there.
I think Sam knows as well. He's got to get it.
I can't see the tap coming safe. The time, I think, is run out, to be quite honest, for Sam.
That's it. Time.
And that's time.
I think they've both showed that they've got speciality in chokes, but at the same time they've got defence as well.
Oh yeah, it looks like they've got good defence, and they basically took that chin in, keep it tight. They're really going to have to work to get a rear naked. That's what's that can be the problem with both being specialists at that submission.
Yeah, it looks like they've kind of negated each other all the way through.
Yes, they have. Yeah, I think it's still going to be a little bit one of a hard one to call. Definitely, I think the best action was in the last round, to be quite honest, which looked a little bit more 50.
Yeah, it was to-in and throw-in, and like you said, in the last round, Sam was able to reverse it and get the dominant position.
Without a doubt. Well, the judges, as you say, the judges' decision is final, so we'll wait to see what they have come up with as far as the winner for this bout. Yeah, and that round went to James Robinson. Yeah, it's a good. I think it's a good decision. He worked really hard. He was under the cosh, to be quite honest, towards the end of the last round. But by the looks of things, as far as the judges were concerned, it looks like he did enough in the first and the second round to win the actual fight.